Technology the way you like it. This is Technology Today. Well, welcome everybody to Technology Today. Hi, I'm David Herzog, and this is the show that I have on Spreaker.com, and it's on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Google Play. And this is my first public podcast here. And so, hope you're gonna like this here. I'm gonna go over what the show is about, and what we're gonna be doing here. So, without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started here. Alrighty, we are here on YouTube. We are public for the first time. Hi, my name is David Herzog. I am here on YouTube, Technology Today podcast. Well, what my podcast is about. I started this podcast 3 years ago while I was in college because I got tired of not knowing anything about a PC, and with this day and age that we're have to be socially distancing ourselves, and stores are limiting their hours and everything, and we're just basically stuck at home. We have to learn about technology, and how to use it in this day and age, to communicate, to find jobs, to communicate with our families, and to just generally, express our thoughts and our views. Well, anyway, to get back to the subject of the show, what the show is going to be about, the format of the show that I usually do on Spreaker, and you can listen to this if you are curious. You can listen to it on Spreaker.com in the technology section of their webpage. You can listen to it on iHeartRadio. You can listen to it on Stitcher. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. So there are five platforms that you can listen to it on. And I was just checking my Twitter feed, to make sure that, what's going on right now. And it appears to be there. But we also are not, I guess there has to be some integration with Twitter that I can announce it, I can see it, but as far as let's see, maybe I should go ahead and put let's see, let's put out another tweet, here, and see what's going on with it. Maybe I should put a link to. Let me go to my channel here and see what's going on. I bet you if I put a link to my channel that it will be be able to see it in Twitter. I think that's how it's going to work here. Let's go to my channel here. Let's go open up another tab here. And I am new to this as well, as you can tell. But if anybody is listening, if you are not listening, that's okay. I'm going to go to my channel here. And it should say something about that I am live right now and I'm public, that everybody can Okay, yes, live. One watching now. Okay, so yes, I am here. One and while wasn't. Okay, so yes, I am here, and we are public. So getting the feed from YouTube. Okay, let me go ahead and do another. Go ahead and see if I can get another tweet out on Twitter and create a link to my channel and stuff there. There we go. So just in case, let me go ahead and go through here, and we will. I'm gonna go back, and I've got to go. Let's see. And I bet I'm gonna take a brief intermission here, and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we're back. I just had to double check some things to make sure. I put a tweet out on the Twitter page, my Twitter page and stuff. If you wanna, everything is okay on YouTube. YouTube it is on my channel, and we are live right now. And I just went and put a link to my YouTube and my tweet. I think that's the way I have to do it. If anybody wants to, if everybody wants to watch it, you can send it. You can send out a tweet when you're doing your live stream on Twitter. But I think you have to include the link to where your channel is, and that's what I did. So anybody who wants to join in, can join in. If not, well, that's fine too. I really have nothing to do today, so I'm just here, just talking about my podcast here. Well, technology today, I seem to be digressing from the subject, and, I might be doing that from time to time. Yeah. Technology today, what it is going to be about. What I usually do is I start off with the introduction, and then introducing the show, myself and the show, and what episode it is. I currently have 23 of them now. I've been doing this since 2017. They're episodes. If you're curious, want to listen to them, they're on if you look at the lower third, that's down on the bottom of the screen. That's going across the screen. You can listen to them on Spreaker.com in the technology section of their webpage. Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Google Play. And the format I usually have for the show, and I'm not going to deviate too much from it. I may, deviate from it a little bit, but not a whole lot. I usually start off with, after the introduction, I usually start off with 3 stories from the world of technology that or that interest me, and I feel that may interest others as well who are interested in technology. And I usually do a computer demonstration tutorial, and some podcasts may have that in it, and some may not have that part of the podcast in it, a computer demonstration tutorial. And I usually do a final research topic, something that has to do with what's going on in the world today. Like could be a subject about, could be a technological. It's a technological. Going to be a technological subject such as like phishing. What is phishing? Social media, and any of the various ransomware. What's a ransomware? It could be any topic like that. And I usually have, after that, have the end of the show. So we're gonna be doing lots of things, and gonna be showing you here on this first live podcast here, which is public on YouTube. What we're gonna be doing. Well, and also I'm gonna be working in the future to expand the show by having interviews with guests, and hopefully having a guest on the podcast as well too. But I have to figure out how to do that. I have to do that. How to use Skype and integrate it with OBS here. And also to do some for me to go out and do interviews. Sound interviews with guests. That I will include in the podcast as well too. So, with that being said, some of the computer demonstration tutorials I'm going to show you. Hold on a second. I got to get the keyboard because I have a computer hooked up here, and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. I'm back. You know, well, anything we got going on right now, everything seems to be okay in OBS, no drop frames, and my stream health seems to be okay. So that's good. And grab me a little drink of water here. You know, a little while I'm gonna be at. A little while I'm gonna have me a couple beers. Ah, boy. Okie dokie. Well, I set that down kind of hard. Anyway, talking about computer demonstration tutorial, I want to show you this right here. This right there is a Dell Inspiron 531 computer. Believe it or not, this computer is 13 years old. If you take 2020 and subtract 13 from that, you get 2007, which this is when this computer was manufactured. So that's a lot to be said for Dell computers. They last a long time. This one is still kicking it, still alive and going. And I did a lot of upgrades to this. I got this from somebody. They were wanting to get rid of their computer, and I said, well, I said, does it still boot when you launch the? Can you still see the BIOS screen of the computer when you when you push the power button? And they said yes. I said okay. I said take your hard drive out of it because that's where all your data is, and I will written to that you have done on your computer, and I will take it. And so I did that, and as you can see, it's right here. It's running. The first thing I did to it when I got this computer, first I took the side panels off and I cleaned it out because it needed to be cleaned. I cleaned the exhaust fan. I cleaned the fan of the heat sink that's on top of the processor that keeps the processor cool. And then after that, first part I bought, I upgraded was power supply. Took the 300-watt one that comes in all computers that are store made out, put a 430-watt Corsair power supply in it. And then after that, the second parts that I replaced and upgraded were the memory on the system board. And after the memory modules on the system board, I took the two out and I went to Micro Center and I got two of the same. I'm not sure if it's DDR or DDR2. It might be DDR2 memory that's in it. And then after that, I got a wireless card. There's a wireless card in it, as you're going to see. I'm going to show you the functionality of that. It does work, and it's still able to get off the internet, on and off the internet. And after that, let's see. I put a wireless card in. I believe I just said that. Yeah. And after that, I checked the CMOS. I changed the CMOS battery, a little 2032 silver coin cell battery that you have that's on the system board. A little round battery and stuff. It keeps the data, the BIOS, and the settings of your BIOS intact. When you turn off your computer, when you're finished using your computer for the day. Yeah, those of you who turn off your computers, when you're finished using them for the day. And let's see, after that, I mentioned the power supply, the CMOS battery, the memory on the system board, cleaning the computer. Okay, and the wireless card. After that, I got a 500 gigabyte SSD and put it in, and put Windows in, and I installed Windows 10 64-bit and it does have a version 1909 there, and I believe that's all the upgrades I have done to it. But it's still running, as you can see. As long as your system board does not go bad in your computer, you can keep it for 13, 14, 15, 20 years. But when your system board does go bad, and this one eventually will, I don't know when. That's why I'm trying to give it to somebody, you know, because I cannot, I cannot justify selling it to anybody. I mean, I've done upgrades to it. It also has a. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned that I have a. I put a graphics card in that supports 3 monitors as well too. And you're seeing this courtesy of the Elgato capture card that I have in my computer. Well, okay, now I'm going to go to the computer screen here itself, and there it is, as you can see, and all this wonderful greatness and everything. That's Windows 10 64-bit, Windows 10 64-bit Professional, version 1909, and I'm going to show you that here. Grab the keyboard here, and let's get this down here. Let's get this down here. I can go in there and type WINVER. That should be all you have to do. Type that in the search bar there at the run command right there, and it's going to show you right there. And I can't make that any bigger than what it already is. That's as big as it's going to get. That's Windows 10. That's Windows 10 version 1909 computer operating system on a computer. So it is the up-to-date and the latest, greatest version of Windows, as you can see. So what I want to do now is show you this, and you can see. I want you to you might get a kick out of this. How old this computer? How old is you'll see the BIOS on this computer, and you'll say, "Oh wow." Yeah. Okay, let's go there, and we're gonna go ahead. And restart this guy, so you can see, so you can watch it boot up, and we'll do a time on how long it takes for it to actually boot up there. Alright. And there we go. I just heard it go through the cycle. Here we go. There's the BIOS screen that you're seeing. Okay, and from the BIOS screen, we'll go count here. Well, okay, from the BIOS screen, from the Windows 10, from the operating system screen, when the operating system booted, and you saw the screen, I counted 54 seconds. That is 6 seconds shy of a minute. So if you want to upgrade an old computer like I did this one, get an SSD. Put it in there, install Windows 10 on the SSD, and replace the memory, and upgrade the power supply, so you have as Tim Allen said on Home Improvement, more power, and you will be and you should be okay. As long as your system board stays working and everything post, you could do a power on and everything boots. As you just saw, you should be fine. Hmm. Well, anyway, we're going to go back to the screen there. So I really think that is something that is still running, and that I was able to, you know, do the work to keep it running. And that's what I am working on doing here. Showing people, how to do simple things that you can do to a computer that are not very complicated. You don't need an IT degree to work on your own computer. You don't even need it to work on anybody else's computer. Yeah, all you need is just to learn how to diagnose problems, and diagnosis. Computer diagnosis can be really, really, really difficult because but you know in computer diagnosis you first have to determine what do you have. Do you have a hardware problem or a software problem? Yeah, and it's either one of those two. But if you can diagnose and fix your problem, like I work on diagnosing and fixing my own problems, you don't have to take everything apart on your computer and take it to the computer shop and be without it for about a week or two, and then call and say, where's my computer? Yeah. These are simple things that you can do yourself that will save you a whole lot of money. So, well, we are live here, and everything seems to be going okay. It seems like the stream is all over the place here, but it's going. Stream health is in the gold there, and don't have any drop frames and OBS, which is good. So, I'm just gonna sit here and talk. Hopefully, hopefully everybody is okay. You're not anywhere you're not supposed to be. Yeah. So that's just a subject of what a lot of this podcast, what I'm going to be doing on this podcast here. When I get it live to, well, we are live now on YouTube, and this is the pilot episode, of this podcast, that I've got here on YouTube. And I see one person may be watching. If you want to jump into the chat, you can. I'd like to see you who's watching. Let me refresh my page here on the live stream page and see if I have anybody watching. It says one person. Might be me. Yeah. As Steven Tyler said, at the end of the song, it's amazing. The light at the end of the tunnel may be you. Good night. Well, so these are just some of the many things that we're going to be discussing and talking about on the podcast here. Stories. What I'm going to be doing. Going to be going ahead and getting stories from, let's see. Let's go here. Like in PC World. PC World has a lot of information. If you're interested in PCs like I am, there's an article relates to what is going on how to look fresh and professional in video conferences and web meetings, because a lot of people are doing things from home, as I am doing this podcast right now, live here on YouTube. What else we got? Some good shows to listen to, what I like to listen to, and I'm going to show you here. I have the link for it in here. Is find it here, because I know Mike Smith, that's a computer repair technician. He does a show called the Mike Tech Show, where he talks about customers and the trials and tribulations of running. There we go. The Mike Tech Show. There we go. Right there. Okay. I usually listen to his podcast. He has some very good podcasts. About he always has a link for Fabs Auto Backup 7 Pro, which is a program that I recommend that if you are interested in keeping your computer running and helping people with their computers like I am, you need to have that program. You can back up all the data on your computers, all the files and all the directories, and have them on the external hard drive, and then use that program to transfer your data from the external hard drive to a new computer after you install the operating system on your new to your new computer on your hard drive or SSD, whichever one you choose. Excuse me for a second. All right, I just wanted to mute the microphone for a second because I really didn't think you'd want to hear me cough. So, going to be doing stories from like PC World. We're going to be doing stories from. Let's see, what else do we do? Let's see. Here's another good website to look at. And we get that out of there. That is this is Tech News World. There's another website we're going to get news from, and let's see. And we're going to look at the Tech News World. Okay. Here's another one. It's called, I believe, IT World. Yes. And also, there's another one here from, let's see, that's Tech News World, that's IT World. Here's another one, Computer World. There we go. Here's a good one for information. Pandemic prompts Microsoft to delay end of support for Windows 10 1709. Oh, really? Wow. That's interesting. And let's see. I believe there is one more here. Going to. Oh yes, and I'm sure a lot of you probably look at this website too for information. PC World. Coronavirus isn't a Chinese virus, no matter what Trump said. Oh boy, wow, the world that we live in, huh? So those are just some of the websites, that I'm going to be choosing my sources, to get information to everyone here. Yeah, so should be pretty. This is going to be a pretty interesting podcast. It's not going to be. It's going to be a real podcast. It's not going to be. It's not going to be an enthusiast podcast. We're not going to do anything about overclocking or anything like that. Yeah. We're just going to be hanging out, talking about technology, and hopefully doing some getting a little education involved, so you can see what's going on. Well, with that being said, we're 40 minutes into. I already went through the format of the show. An introduction, stories from the world of technology, computer tutorial, or maybe in place of that, just maybe a technology research subject and after that, it's going to be the end of the show. And this is just the beginning, everyone. I hope everybody is keeping themselves safe and everything, and everybody is well. You know, don't go out unless you have to. You can't go to a restaurant and dine in. You got to go. When you go, you got to there's takeout. There's takeout only. Restaurant, you can still go to restaurants. Restaurants are still open. Restaurants are not going to close. Unless you're in a state like California or Nevada, which I read on the Wall Street Journal that are closing closing restaurants. Are closing some restaurants. In a lot of restaurants, just have the takeout. Just have the takeout option. So, well, that's kind of a brief summary of what the show is going to be without. The show is going to be without, and I'm going to be working on it, and we're going to be expanding it and working on getting it better and better. And if everyone, if a lot of people don't think this is a lot of work, believe me, you're in for a very rude awakening. This is a lot of work, to do. For one thing, you have to have the money to get the equipment to be able to do that, to show a video of computers. You have to have money to get the equipment to be able to do that. Oh yeah, I didn't show you this, did I? Let's go ahead and launch this has only got web. Microsoft Edge Explorer on it. Microsoft Edge on it. But there's the Google homepage right there. And if you oops, that's the wrong mouse. Oops. Let's go on here. Let's just type YouTube in here. I'll show you that we're going to be going to YouTube here because it's not in the top sites there. Oh yeah, I guess it is. Okay. Well, there we go. Let's go to YouTube. It's already pinned in top sites in Bing. That's Microsoft's search engine. A lot of people use Bing. A lot of people don't. You choose whatever your preference is. And there is YouTube, so you can see that this computer, this Inspiron 531, Dell Inspiron 531 computer, 13-year-old teenage computer, still is working and kicking it strong. So, let's see, we got 41 minutes into the live stream, and nobody has joined the chat room, and I've made everything public. We are public now. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Yes, let's close all tabs there. Yeah, you can see that, and we're back to there. Alrighty. Yeah. So these are some of the topics and concepts that I am working on conveying to everyone here. This is what I know how to use the software. I know some of the knowledge that I have. On computers, I have installed operating systems. I can install any virus. I can clone hard drives. I can create images of hard drives. I can transfer data from an old computer to a new computer. I did that with this computer when I went from a hard drive to an SSD. And there's lots of people who are still on hard drives the life of them usually lasts about 4 or 5 years. So if you have a hard drive, if you built your computer and put a hard drive in it, and it's up and booting and running, like mine is, congratulations, you did everything right, like I did. But if you're about 4 or 5 years into having your computer, and you might want to think about taking your data and transferring it to using FabSolver Backup to back up all your data on an external hard drive, and putting an SSD in your computer, installing Windows 10 on it, and getting all the updates, and reinstalling all the data to your computer, and downloading whatever programs that you had on it, Office and everything else, Adobe products, Creative Cloud, if you had a Creative Cloud on it, or install that, whatever other programs that you have installed on it. Yeah, I recommend doing that. Wow, I can't believe this. This is wild. I am, live here. I'm public. Everybody can see me, but nobody is in the chat. That's really wild. Okay. Yeah. This is not an entertainment podcast, if that's what you're looking for. I'm not doing this to entertain people. I'm doing this to provide information and to show you what you can do with a computer, and it's really easy, but you have to work to acquire the knowledge. I used to work as a student worker at college, local college here, in the IT department, and I learned quite a lot, working there, and also learned quite a bit by talking to IT students that I work with, because my majors are not IT, my major is business major, but IT is part of any business. Every business has a Facebook, a Twitter page, Instagram page. They have social media. They have a YouTube channel. And but you really do not have to have an IT degree to be on social media. You don't have to have an IT degree to build your own computer, like I did, which this podcast is coming from right now. It's coming from the computer that I built 6 years ago, in 2014. But I've also went to Windows 10, and I have a 1 terabyte SSD in it as well too. So I'm set to go for a little while. As long as nothing happens to my system board. And I do have my data backed up. I do have an image of my computer just in case anything happens. I get a virus or anything. I can reinstall. I can wipe Windows. I can wipe my hard drive. I can wipe my SSD, and I can reinstall Windows and put the image back on my computer with a Acronis True Image, which I'm going to be talking about in a future podcast here. How to use it, and purchasing it. It's only $50. $50 is a small price to pay for keeping your data safe. In case something happens to all the files on your computer, and you get ransomware or a virus, and you can't remove, and you get your computer locked down. Acronis is a great tool. So doing backups is important. You have to have a backup to be able to get all your data back. Otherwise, you're kind of a SOL. What is it? George Carlin said, he said, SOL and JWF. SOL and JWF, and I'm not going to go into what those words, what those letters mean. You know, if you are interested in George Carlin, he was one of the best comedians, I think, that we had, that we had in this world. Yeah. Because he pointed out the hypocrisy of not only American society, but uh, of life in the hypocrisy of life in general, human life in general. And I'm just spouting off, that's all I'm doing, yeah. Agree with me, disagree with me, whatever, yeah. But you see, okay, we are almost 50 minutes here, and we are yes, we're public. Okay, that's good. Huh. All right. So, well, I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody in the chat here. So I'm just sitting here talking to myself here. Let me see what's going on Twitter. I put it on there. Hopefully, the only one that can see me on Twitter is a professor that I have from my class. Yeah, if he's interested, in watching my podcast here. All right. Our Twitter page right there. Okay. And I just integrated the Elgato Stream Deck that I have here in OBS. And let me go ahead and see if I can get this here for you. Full screen. I want to show you this guy right here. If it comes up, the software to the Stream Deck opens up. There we go. This guy right there is this guy right here. I'm gonna go down here. Okay, and go over there. That guy right there, this there got a Stream Deck. If you're streaming, this is a really, really, really great product here. Corsair makes it. I never knew Corsair, the company that makes power supplies and cases and memory, makes this as well too. They also have other products as well too. The Elgato Capture Card, which I have one. I have two of them in here that support 1080p, 1080p output and 720p output. This is really a great. This is really a great piece of electronic equipment to have. If you're streaming, or even if you're just you can automate so much without using a keyboard. You can create different profiles. You can create a profile. I have a profile here for just listening to music. And just listening to music right there. I can listen to music. And I can go back here. I've got one for web pages right there. There's Twitter and there's the tweets that I have that I send out. I send out on Twitter. I can send out on Twitter now because it's integrated. The Stream Deck is integrated with my Twitter account now. The Weather Channel right there. You can see the websites that I have there. All the Microsoft Word programs that I use are all in one folder. And there's all Adobe Creative Cloud programs that I use that are all in one folder right there. So this does a lot. This Stream Deck here, it does a lot of. It has a lot of functionality that you can use it for. And that's really a lot that you can do with it. It's kind of pricey, about $150, yeah, but it's a one-time cost. Yeah, I think it's great. It was well worth the money, and ca- the two capture cards, excuse me, the two capture cards that I have in my computer, were well worth it as well too. Because that's how I'm able to. That's how I'm able to bring you. That's how I'm able to. That's how I'm able for you to be able to see that computer right there running, and the screen of the computer running as well too. Is the two capture cards. So yeah, if you're interested in building computers, build your computer. Build your computer. Save your money. Work. Save your money. Find some way to get the money to do it yourself. Don't go buy. Don't go buy a Dell unless you want to. That's up to you. But if you build your own computer, like I have built this one here that I'm doing this podcast on right now, and I'm live on YouTube and I'm public, you won't be sorry. Yeah, as long as it works and it's stable, as long as you don't go in and playing around with the BIOS or playing around with the registry settings in the registry, you'll have a stable computer. You have a stable computer. I don't overclock. I don't overclock. I don't, go into the BIOS settings and mess with the BIOS. I don't go into the registry settings and mess with the registry settings either. Yeah. Okay, we're outputting at 720p, looking good here on the stream. I finally got everything set in OBS. The bit rate. For uh, the internet that I have. The internet that I have here for the terrible internet connection that I have here, but I guess it's better to have a terrible internet connection than not be able to have an internet connection at all. Yeah. So, yeah. I guess you have to look at. I guess you have to look at that as well too. Yeah. And I try to look at. I try to be an optimist. Look at the glass being half full and instead of the glass being half empty. And I'm going to keep this on YouTube on my channel. And after this live stream is over, anybody who wants to watch it, they can watch it. I'm just an average normal guy. I'm not, somebody who's been in IT for 20 or 30 years. That'd be great if I was. I'm still new to this. I'm learning. And what I learn, I'm going to be passing on to you as well. That's what this podcast is all about. It's an educational and learning podcast. So if you're interested in that, and it's going to be real information, I'm not going to put BS or fictional information up there. There's not going to be any fake news or anything like that. It's going to be factual and real. So you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything more factual than you're going to get from my channel here. And if you're interested in subscribing, you can do that. That's fine. Yeah. But I'm going to try to get another one of these out real soon. I don't know where the subject's going to be. I have to put together another show. I am going to do another podcast soon on and upload on Spreaker. Yeah. Because that's my podcasting platform where I have all my sound files on for all my podcasts. And if you are interested, Spreaker is a great platform. To if you're interested in starting a podcast, I'll show you mine right here. There is my podcast on Spreaker.com. It's a podcasting platform, and I can show you the episodes that I have right there. Let me go ahead and zoom in here so I can see. There's episode 23 that's coming out. That's episode 23 right there. I have 23 of them. I haven't done one for a while because I've been really, really, really busy. trying to get everything together to get this going and to um, and just living life in general. But there's my podcast on Spreaker.com, and also if you go to the listen, page, you can listen to any podcast that you want, and they have plans. Spreaker, they have plans, and you don't have to get the most expensive plan. That's the that's a podcast platform that I put my podcast on. There's different sections. There's science, there's comedy, there's fiction and drama, everything. And I'm going to show you where my podcast is. It's in the technology section. And you can go, and I'm scrolling down here, and soon I'll be able to see it, and I'll click on it, and you can see what it looks like on Spreaker's technology page, where you can listen to it as well. And I must be all the way down at the bottom, because it's not a very popular one, and I don't care about that. I'm not doing this to gain popularity. There we go. Technology Today. Let me click on that guy, open it up, and there we go. Okay. And there's my page with all my episodes on it that you can listen to anytime you want. Also, this guy is on Apple Podcasts as well too. I'll show you that as well too. There we go. Yep. And there we go, right there. It's on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to any of the 23 episodes that I have on there as well too. It's on Spreaker, it's on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Google Play. And also, I have a web page that I have, that I did in when I was in college. There's my web page, and you can also listen to this podcast if you choose to on. That's not the one I want. I think I want. You can listen to it on. I have a page on my. I have a page on my website that I have up on University of Cincinnati's file server, where you can listen to this podcast if you choose to listen to it on there as well too. And so, with that, then we're back on the live stream here. We're an hour and 20, almost an hour and a half. Wow. Okay. So, I just showed you a lot of the work that I've done, a lot of work I've been doing, and the work I'm going to continue doing. Yeah. Because this is not just for me. This is for everybody, and everybody can do this, I am a firm believer in education. I believe everybody needs education, and now more so than ever, that you do need education, to be able to have a better life, because be able to help to improve your life at some point in your life. Because let's face it, everybody is not going to get that lucky break, no matter who you are, including myself, everybody is not going to get that lucky break, so you have to work to make your life better. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm working on giving back, because I've been given so much information, and I've been helped by so many people. It's time for me to start giving that information back and start helping people. And that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm wanting to do with this podcast. That's what I do with my podcast on Spreaker. Is help everybody as much as I can. With news and talking about tutorials and how you can do things. I spell out, I go through the steps of how you can do things with your computer. And, that's what this is, podcast is basically about. It's not about me being famous. It's not about me being rich. No, I'm not doing this to be famous or to be rich. Just provide information. So with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here. And if you're curious and you want to find out any more information about me, you can find me on, I just showed you the webpage that I have, homepages.uc.edu/@Herzog DL. Or you can listen to this podcast on Spreaker.com in the technology section of their webpage, and on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Google Play. And soon we'll be getting everything to, this is the first pilot podcast where we're going to be doing this on YouTube then, so I'll have to redo my graphic there. I have a LinkedIn page, WordPress ePortfolio, that you can check out too. And I'd like to thank everyone for watching today, whoever is watching. I thank you for all being here with me, and I'll be talking at you soon. Goodbye until next time.